Hello, students. How are you all? Hope you all must be fine. Now, today, the topic what we are going to start that is prepositions. What are exactly the prepositions? Prepositions are words that we use before nouns or pronouns to show their relationship with other words in a sentence. Means to show this thing that how the noun or pronoun they are connected to the other words or other things in the sentence. For example, like I'm sitting on a chair. So now here we can see that how exactly I is connected to chair. And how exactly like we can see that with the help of on. So this on exactly is telling us that how I is connected to the chair or what the relation exactly is there between I and chair. So for showing that thing we use prepositions. If we talk about the prepositions, so there are the prepositions of location, direction and time. Let's study about them. If we talk about the prepositions of location, so they are used to indicate the locations or positions of objects. For example, like on, in, under, in front of, among and between. They are the few prepositions to show the locations. Now study about them. If we see the picture, so I can see that the apple is kept on the stool. So here for showing exactly this thing that apple exactly is on the table or on the stool. So when exactly something is kept on something and there is a connection that is attached to that, so we use on preposition. If like in the second picture we see that is apple is kept under the table or under the stool. It means in this picture we can see that something is under something and that is not connected also. So when exactly we are just telling these things that how they are just connected to each other. So with the help of on we can tell and with the help of under. So these are the use of on and under. Now come to that next preposition, that is in front of. In front of means when something is standing just in front of you, means ahead of you. Now we can just see like in this picture that the one boy is standing in front of another. So it means when you are standing behind something and the thing is just in front of your face. So we can see that suppose I say that the first boy is Ram and the second boy is Shyam. So it means Ram is standing in front of Shyam. So now we can see that. So that is for showing this thing we use preposition in front of. Now the next preposition, that is against. The boy is leaning against the wall. It means the boy exactly is taking the support of the wall and touching it upward, the surface of the wall. Now if we see the next preposition, that is in or inside. When you are just around a boundary of something, then you are in. I'm in the room. You are telling that it means you are in the boundary of the room. So for showing exactly this thing that you are in the boundary of something, we use in. So we can say the boy is in the room. See now, against exactly used when next to and touching on upright surface. As we saw in that previous picture, the boy is leaning against the wall. It means he is taking support also. He is touching also of the surface of the wall. So that's why we use here against. If we talk about now the next preposition, that is between. When something is between two things. When there is one thing between two. So that's only for showing this we use between. We can see here that the big cat is between two small cats. So when there is something between two things, so for that we use between preposition. But when something or somebody is there, like more than two things, so then we have to use the preposition among. If we see that, suppose the boy is in the center, he is Ram. So now the Ram is among his friends. So it means he is surrounded by more than two people. So then when the something is exactly with more than two, then we have to use preposition among. And when something is like with more only with two things, then we use the preposition between. Now come to next. If we are just talking about beside, it means if something is next to you. It means we can see here that the cat is sitting beside the another cat. So we can see that something is just next to you. That is beside. If we see now the next preposition, that is behind. So behind means just after you. So it means we in the like according to the picture, we can see that the big cat is sitting behind the small cat. So when something is after you, that is behind. And when something exactly is just next to you, near to you, that is beside. Now if we talk about the prepositions of direction, they are used to show directions of movement to and from a fixed point. And the prepositions are to, from, into, along, over, through, across, and around. Now let's study them. I am walking to school. It means I am walking towards the school. When you are just going to get connected to something, then we have to use the preposition to. I am going to market. It means that my connection exactly will be just made after 5 minutes or 10 minutes to the market. It means I will be in the market. So then for making the connections, we have to use to. I am going to school. I am going to meet him. It means I will meet. The connection will be made now. So when exactly we are making the connection, that is to. Preposition we have to use. Richard came into the room. When there is a movement and you are coming in the boundary of something, then we have to use the preposition into. What's the difference between in and into then? In means you are still and in the boundary of something. There is no movement. If you see the picture, the book is kept in the room. But if you see the man, he is coming. So it means it's like the movement is being shown here. So we can see the boy is coming into the room. So it means there is a movement and we can say that in that boundary of something. So we have to use into. Let's see some more examples of into. As I told you people that into is used to show motion or movement. The cat jumped into the box. It means there was a movement while jumping. The ball fell into the river. It means when it went into the boundary of river, there was a movement. So whenever exactly there is a movement, then we have to use into. And when there is no movement, there is stillness, then we have to use in. So this is the difference. Now see the next preposition, and that is from. She has returned from town. It means when the connection is getting over, it is getting finished, the connection is being removed, then we have to use from. I'm coming from a school. It means now my connection is from the school is getting over. So then when exactly we are just removing, we are finishing, ending up the connection from something, then we have to use the preposition from. As now you can see in the picture that she has returned from town. It means the lady's connection from town is over now. So for removing the connection, we have to use preposition from. Now they walked along the row of houses. So we can see in this picture that means along the road, means by the side of the road there is a row of houses and they are moving. So when exactly you are moving just along the row of houses, means the houses exactly are just coming on your either side, either maybe this side or this side, and you are moving along with them. So here we can say that they walked along the row of houses. Next, the boys ran across the road. Across means from one point to another. When you crossed, so we can see in the picture that they are crossing. So for crossing exactly we have to use across. The boy ran across the road from one point to another point. I swam across the river. It means from one end to another end. I swam. Now the next preposition, across means one on the opposite side. The boy swam across the pond. It means from one point to another point. He crossed it. So when exactly we are using this, we just want to give the sense of crossing. We cross something, then we have to use the preposition across. Now they are running around the tree. Around means they are taking turn. They are just taking, they are running around. It means they are just taking turn of the tree. Around means moving in a circle. More clear exactly than it will be making to you. The cat ran around the stool chasing the mouse. So when you are just running in a particular circle, so it means that is around. Next preposition. The boy jumped over the fence. It means without touching, he jumped over. So when exactly you are jumping over without touching that. So the boy jumped over the fence. The cat leaps over the drain. So it means without touching that. And when you jump over. The next preposition, that is through. The bird flew in. Through. It means when you are just coming from like inside of something, then we have to use through this preposition. Let's see some more examples. Ali kicked the ball through the window. It means the ball exactly passed from inside of the window. Go through the book. It means you no need to just only see the book. Go through means just go through inside of something. So when you are just telling exactly, when you are just telling to somebody that go through that, it means you have to go through inside of something. Go through the city. Go through the city means don't just go via bypass. Go through the city. It means like suppose you live in like any city, then inside from the city then you have to go through. So when exactly we are just telling that go into something, then we have to use this preposition through. Next, the prepositions of time are used to shows like they are used to show that when things happen. And the preposition of time can be by, for, before, after, at, and during. This can be made clear by this picture also. As you can see the lady, then we can say this lady came at 5 o'clock. So it means the time is being told here.